Hey guys, so today is going to be a quick video. I wanted to share a new product that was shared with me. I think it'll be really interesting to you guys and something that is really inexpensive for you guys to pick up, especially if you've been wanting the Urban Decay Naked 3 palette. This product that I'm about to show you is something that is going to be mind-boggling to you for how inexpensive it is and how great quality the shadows are and how dupeable they are to the Naked palettes. So first, I want to preface this by, yes, I did receive, if you check my info box, I always am honest with you guys, but I did receive this item for free. Coastal Scents contacted me, I don't know, about a week ago, maybe a little bit longer than that, and asked me if I wanted to participate in one of their new, the launch of one of their new products. I'm extremely picky on the products that I choose to review for you guys. I don't do this very often. I actually think in my whole YouTube career, I've maybe reviewed 3 or 4 products that have actually been sent to me. So when Coastal Scents contacted me and wanted me to review their new product, they didn't tell me what it was until I received it. When the box arrived at my door, which by the way was immaculate shipping, I was so excited and thrilled. I very rarely accept products, so I very rarely get anything free from people, so when I got it, I was so excited. When I opened it, I was just elated. So the product that they sent me to review is the Revealed 2 palette. What's ironic about this palette is when I opened it, like I said, I was ecstatic, and I was ecstatic to review the product, yes, but I was even more ecstatic because Emily Noel had done a Coastal Scents haul a while back, like maybe 5-6 months ago, and she had the Revealed original palette with some blushes, and ever since I saw her haul, I went to go check out the Revealed palette and the blushes, and I just could not bring myself to buy them because I already own products that are super similar, so I didn't pick it up. However, after seeing this product, I feel like I need to have the other. So the whole thing behind companies, Coastal Scents is a brand, if you haven't heard of them before, all their information will be linked down below, but Coastal Scents is one of those brands that have those ginormous makeup palettes that are like the 88 color. They have the 88 warm neutrals palette. They just have those big palettes, the 10 color blush palette. I used to own a bunch of those palettes until I started to branch out into other makeup, and I just didn't have the room for them. However, especially if you're just starting out with makeup, I always recommend something like Coastal Scents or BH Cosmetics because they have a wide variety of makeup and it's so inexpensive but good quality at the same time. So the Revealed 2 palette is obviously the second edition of the Revealed palette in general. The Revealed palette, although I do not have it, there are plenty of videos on it on YouTube, and those videos usually are going to show you comparison or swatch videos, and it compares it to the Naked original and the Naked 2 palette. Now we all know these palettes are so uber expensive at 50 bucks a piece. I own all 3 of them, so here's a $150 investment right here. So my immediate reaction, especially because I did not know what the palette, I didn't know what they were sending me. I had not even the slightest clue. They didn't tell me I had to make a review. They just sent me the product and said if you want to review it, great. If you don't, no problem. So I love companies like that because a lot of companies that email me, you know, they want certain deadlines. They want to, you know, have the product mentioned immediately and you have to do this, this, and that. Coastal Scents did not give me any guidelines, and I love that. But the reason that I wanted to talk about it and make an entire video dedicated to it is because when you first take a look at this palette, my first thought, the second I opened it, was, yes, it looks freaking identical to the Naked 3 palette. I was like, what in the world? So first I want to talk about packaging before I go into some swatches. So the packaging is very simple and sleek. You can see how thin it is. It's like thinner than my pinky finger, which is crazy. Very lightweight and compact. I love that. The packaging on the outside feels like that kind of cardboard, and then this part here is magnetic, so you don't have to worry about it opening. Very lightweight. I can't see why any of this would break when you're traveling. One of the complaints of this is that it does not have a mirror in the front here. The problem with having a mirror on a cardboard packaging is exactly this. We all know the Lorac Pro palette, Lorac Pro, however you say it, is pretty expensive. I want to say this is like 40 to 50, somewhere in that range. Great eyeshadow colors, fabulous. It comes with a mirror. Can you guys see what happened to my mirror here? It's shattered. And I travel very friendly with my makeup products. I make sure I pack them with clothes around them and nothing hard is touching them, and my mirror is still shattered. This is a problem with putting mirrors in these cardboard packaging, whereas like the Naked 3 is, yes, it has a mirror, but it's completely plastic on the outside, so you know it's not going to break. So for this, I'm actually happy that they didn't put a mirror in it. I travel with plenty of other makeup products that has mirrors in it that I don't have to worry about it, so that's one thing. The best part about it, aside from, you know, you get 20 beautiful eyeshadows that look very similar to the Naked 3 palette, is the price point. It retails for $19.95, and I actually just checked the Coastal Scents website, and for the next 2 days, or today I should say, it just launched today, by the way, which happy birthday to my Henny Benny if he's watching, because why he would be watching this, I really have no idea. But today's his birthday. It's June 3rd. It released at 11 a.m. this morning, and for the next 2 days, so until June 5th at 11 a.m., they're going to be selling this palette for $9.95. That's like crazy. $9.95. I mean, seriously, $10 for this? To me, that just seems insane. That's 80% off of an Urban Decay 3 palette, Naked 3 palette, and this has almost identical dupes to all 12 shadows from the Naked palette. So I wanted to do an up close shot of the palette here so you can kind of see the shadows a little bit better. Like I said, there's 20 of them. You can kind of see on top here there's 10 very neutral shades, and the bottom 10 are more of like the dark smoky look. Okay, so now I want to get into some of the dupes that I have found. Obviously, I'm not an expert at duping. I did have to kind of play around with some of the shadows, because even though some of the shadows look identical, like in the pan to the color that is in the Naked 3 palette, some of them didn't come out the same. They had different undertones and stuff like that. So I'm going to show you some of the ones that are for sure dupes, and some of the ones that are super close to where you really don't even need the Naked 3 palette. This would be perfectly fine. The second shade right here is so buttery. Their matte shadows are super buttery. This is identical to the Naked 3 palette, the color Strange. So the top one is the Coastal Scents color, and the bottom one is Naked 3 Strange. I mean, you can tell. And what's so funny is they have the same consistency. Like the matte is super buttery and creamy from the Naked, and the matte from the Revealed 2 palette is super buttery and creamy. I'm kind of going down the row of the Naked 3 palette. So the next one is Dust, which is this pretty pink color. It does have quite a bit of fallout. It's one of those super chunky, glittery eyeshadows, so that's going to be the bottom. And then from the Revealed 2, if you go 4 over, this one right here, that's the one that really stood out to me. It's that same dusty pink, like it has the same texture. It's so weird. So the top one is from Coastal Scents, and the one below it is Dust from the Naked 3. They have the exact same texture. Like, seriously, you could blend them together and you would never know that they're different eyeshadows. Next color is the color Burnout, which is this like light pinky mauve color. And the one that looks the most similar to me is the one on over 5 over. So the top one is the one from the Revealed palette, and the bottom one is Burnout from the Naked 3. So again, this is another shade that you can't even tell the difference. The texture, the color, the intensity, the pigmentation, all of it is exactly the same. Next is Limit, which is the 4th one over. It is a matte, like mauve purple color. That one's dupe is this one, which is the 6th one over. The one from the Revealed palette, which is up here, is a tad bit on the more purple gray side, versus the one from the Naked 3, which is Limit, is more on the pink gray side, but they are super similar. The next one is the color Buzz. I had a very difficult time because at first I was like, man, there's not a dupe for Buzz. However, there is an identical one. The top one is from the Revealed 2, the bottom one is Buzzed from the Naked 3 palette, and it literally has the same color, same pigmentation. It has like a duochrome undertone, and both of them have that same duochrome undertone, so it is a really good dupe for it. Next one is the color Trick. Now this is one that has like the same color eyeshadow, but the finish is a little bit different. So the top one is from the Revealed palette, the bottom is from the Naked 3. On camera they kind of look similar actually, but in person the Naked 3 has more of like that shimmery rose gold effect, versus the Revealed palette has the shimmery, but it's not so much rose gold, it's more on the bronze tone. But again, they're really similar to where when you put them on the eye, you can't really tell a difference, but the finish is a little bit different. And these are swatches of the 4 unique shades from the top row of this, because the rest of them have dupes to the Naked 3. Now this top one actually does look a little bit like Trick also. So this one is the very last shadow. So the last 2 shadows in the top row can actually be semi-dupes for Trick from the Naked 3. You can actually mix them and it will probably give you the nice, you know, rosy tone flesh color that you're looking for. But these 3 are unique. There's no dupes in the Naked 3 palette. Now that's not to say that there aren't dupes in other palettes that I don't have, but I couldn't find any of these. These are unique to my collection. This is another one that's like identical. This is Nooner from the Naked 3, and it is going to be this bottom first color right here. That's the top color, and then Nooner's the bottom color. It is a matte velvety gray, leaning more to the purple side, very neutral tone. These are identical, same finish, pigmentation, and everything. The next one to the right is a dupe for the color Liar, and this is again one of those that the one from Urban Decay has a tiny bit more shimmery of a finish, more of like a metallic finish than the one from the Revealed 2 palette, but the color is identical, so there's no mistaking that. This next one was one that I really couldn't find a dupe for, but I got the closest shade, and it's the color Factory. The closest shade is going to be the 4th one over right here. It's the same tone shadow, but it is slightly a different color. So this is Factory. It is more of like the on the bronze side, and then this is the one from the Revealed palette, and it is more on the like reddish maroon side, but they are similar in tone, just slightly different color. This one for the color Mugshot is kind of the same idea. This is Mugshot right here, Revealed 2 palette. It is the same tone. The Mugshot is a slightly more bronze brown grayish color versus the one from the Revealed 2 has a slight reddish undertone, but the finishes are the same. They are super similar. Darkside is one that is completely dupeable. Darkside below here, and here's the Revealed palette, and that one is this color right here, so it's right next to that red color, and it is so similar you literally would never be able to tell the difference. Lastly, from Urban Decay is Blackheart, and this one I was like, oh, immediately this is going to be an exact dupe. So here's the colors here. This is Blackheart, and then here is the Revealed 2. Now these are so similar you wouldn't be able to tell the difference. However, the one from the Revealed 2 looks like it has from far away the red specks in it, glitter specks like the Blackheart from Naked 3. However, it also has purple and blue and some orange flecks in it. So when you swatch it, you can see a tiny bit of that extra glitter particle in it, but the color, again, once blended out especially, would give you the exact same effect as the one from Naked 3, but just be aware that it does have a few extra colors of sparkles in there. And then here's swatches of the 4 colors from the bottom row that are completely unique. Again, they're all matte, so I'm sure they are dupeable in some way, shape, or form for another brand. However, they're not dupeable in the Naked palettes or my Chocolate Soleil or anything like that. And that is going to be this matte one right here, that cherry cordial color here, and this is like a forest green brown here, and then a matte black, and that's them there. So anywho, I hope that you guys enjoyed this. I really am enjoying this palette. I'm so happy that Coastal Scents sent it to me. Like I said, I will have their link down below to their website. It's just coastalscents.com. If you're interested in this palette, I would definitely go check it out and pick it up before June 5th, because you'll get it for $9.95 plus shipping. And I actually saw on Facebook people were getting it for like $11. That is so reasonable and so worth it to get 20 amazing eyeshadows. I'm so pleased. Even Andres was like, seriously, you have a palette that looks like that. Actually, he didn't even call it a palette. He said, you have makeup that looks like that. I'm like, yeah, you're totally right, I do. So if he noticed that this is so similar to something I already have, this is definitely something you guys need to pick up, especially if you've been lusting after this and just cannot afford it. So again, I hope that you guys enjoyed this type of video. I know it's always a controversial topic for beauty gurus, I don't even like that word, but for us to do sponsored videos, quote unquote. They're not paying me, I don't get anything for you guys buying this. Like I said, they just contacted me to send me the palette, and if I wanted to review it, great. I loved it so much that I had to do a review for you guys, and I feel like those of you, especially my younger viewers or my moms out there, or just people who can afford, you know, the most expensive makeup, $50 is a lot of money. It's good quality, don't get me wrong, good quality, but $50 per palette is a lot of money to go out and spend, especially if you don't have it. $10 is a lot more reasonable of a product, especially when you're not only getting the exact same shadows that are in here, but you're also getting 8 additional shadows. And especially if you're a neutral lover, this is like your dream palette. So anywho, like I said, I hope that you guys enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments down below if you've picked this up already or if you're going to pick it up. Like I said, you need to get it before the 5th, so you only get it for 10 bucks. Happy shopping. I wish you all well, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!